Then the diva, we have to go back a little bit. We had some of the Hindu deities were already part of the Buddhist pantheon in the 6th and 7th century. It wasn't until the early 9th century when Kukai and Saicho, around 810, 820, brought back the teachings from China, which included all of these Hindu deities who had been converted to Buddhism. Here at the very top of this particular screen, we see a star mandala. And the star mandala has a Buddha at the very center. And then it has the 7 stars of the Big Dipper are in the inner court. And then the 12 zodiac animals are here in like the second to the last square. And then all around the outside are 28 different diva. They are the protectors of Buddhism, so that therefore they appear on the outside of the mandala. 28, think of it this way. 7 of them represent north, 7 of them represent south, 7 of them represent east, 7 of them represent west. So here we have the same idea. 4 directions. We had the 4 kings that protected the temple. We had the 4 animals of China that protected the temple or the nation. And now we have 28. And the 28 refer to as the 28 constellations, 28 moon lodges, 28 lunar mansions. It was actually a very intricate and accurate calendar of the way the moon changes in each of the months. So here I've just put the 28 diva protectors of the 4 directions in the star mandala. Also, here we have the 4 animals originally from China representing the 4 directions. Now we have the Buddhist Shitenno, the 4 heavenly kings. And we have a 5th. The 4 heavenly kings would protect the Buddha in the center. So there was 5. There was altogether 5. 4 directions protecting the center. And here we see again now a different group of it's called the 10 divas, the 12 divas. Originally was 8 divas, 10 divas, 12 divas. 8 divas were the 4 directions and the 4 semi-directions: north, south, east, west, northwest, southwest, and so on. The 8 directions. And then they added up and down, heaven and earth, and then they added the sun and moon. So we got 12 of them. And they usually appeared in the 9th, 10th century as scrolls. Here are the 12 as scrolls. And or they appeared as masks. Most of the artwork we have, extant artwork, is either the mask or the scrolls, and they were used in rituals by the imperial court to protect the nation from invasion or protect the nation from sickness or calamity. And here we can see, just down here in this little box, Bonten, which is this one here. Bonten is Brahma from the Hindu pantheon. Brahma was the creator. There were 3 Hindu deities: Brahma, the creator; Vishnu, the preserver; and Shiva, the destroyer. And most of these deities are here inside of this group of 12. The earth diva, the moon diva, the sun diva, the wind diva. So we have the 5 elements of China involved too. So it's very complex. We're getting China and India and philosophies that have been around for centuries that are all getting intermixed. It's like a really tasty stew. You put a bunch of vegetables in there and you let it simmer. It's very. Here I wanted to show just quickly. Here is a diagram of the zodiac. At the very center, you have the 12 zodiac animals. Then in the next ring, you have the 12 symbols from the West. There's a zodiac in the West. In fact, this whole idea of watching the stars and mapping the progression of the moon and the sun was also very important in the West, not just the East. So in the West, we have like Sagittarius, Capricorn, Taurus. So here they're shown together with their zodiac animal here in the East. And then on the very outside of the ring, we have 8 Buddhist protectors. But my point here simply is that these ideas stretch not just from India and China, but they stretch from Greece and Turkey and the Central Asia all the way into Japan. By the time Japan got all this stuff, it was a huge, monstrous, intermixed stew of Hindu deities, Chinese deities, Korean deities, and then the Japanese added their own deities. So it's very exciting, actually, to me. Here again is another picture of the 12 diva of the protecting the 12 directions: north, south, east, west, northwest, southwest, the semi-directional, and then the up and down, and sun and moon. So that's why we have 12. But again, why 12? I don't know. The zodiac has 12. We have 12 months in the year, and so on. So I mean, there's a certain logic happening. Here are the 12 again as they appeared in the Bosatsu, which was a book that came out in like 1692, which does exactly what my webpage does. It catalogs all of the deities and gives brief descriptions, shows their Sanskrit symbol, shows their Shinto counterpart. It's a brilliant book, which mine is falling apart because I've used it so much.